Hi everybody, it's me, Mrs. Carter, and today I'm going to show you a really special project that I only do with my 5th graders. So if you're not in 5th grade and this feels hard, don't worry about it. Give it a shot, see what you make. This is our famous 5th grade project, the Y tree. Now, any level can do this and you can change it, and every time you make a Y tree, it comes out different. So I'm going to show you the pattern that the Y tree is. It looks like a bubble letter Y, and it just repeats and repeats and repeats, and it can do a few cool things. This Y tree got colored in crayon in the background and then colored with watercolor paints on top. Now, if you don't have watercolor paints at home, you can always use markers. We've been doing that a lot lately. Or you can just color it in with permanent marker, regular marker, or just crayon. But if you do want to paint something in, make sure you leave a lot of empty white. Everything that's colored here was white and then painted right on top. So it's totally up to you. It could be just a pencil drawing, or it could be a crayon with marker on top. I'm going to show you the pencil version, and then you can add in anything you want. You can outline it in marker, in crayon, or in paint. But make sure whatever you create, you feel like it looks finished. Because remember, art is never truly finished. It's just stopped at an interesting place. So when you create your Y tree, you want to decide what your interesting place is. And maybe when you look at it and it's all done in pencil, that feels finished to you, and that's okay. Or you can add more. So I can't wait to see what you make your Y tree. Let's turn it down so you can see how to make a Y tree. All right, so I have a piece of paper and I need a pencil and an eraser. Now my tip for you is to always draw really, really light so that you can erase everything. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna draw a line like the edge of a tree trunk. And now I'm gonna come over here and I'm gonna make it about equal distance, parallel from each other, and I'm gonna make the other side of the tree trunk. Now on one side, I'm gonna open it up so it's diagonal, so it's starting to look like the edge of a Y, and I'm gonna do that on the other side as well. Now inside, I'm gonna make 2 parallel lines. They're gonna be equal distance. So what you wouldn't wanna do is come down this way. You wanna follow your line so it's about equal. And then I'm gonna come over here and do the same thing. I'm gonna follow the line and make it equal. Now I want you to pick a side. So pick your left side or your right side. And I want you to follow it through all the way. So you're going to open up that pattern again, make it really long, and then you're going to put the inside lines that are parallel and equal. Now pick a side. I always pick the one closest to the bottom so I can finish this one off. I'm going to open it up on this side, and I'm going to pull the line down and equal on that side. Now I pick the one closest to the bottom and I repeat this pattern. I open it up and I open it up. And I'm gonna make equal line and equal line. You can start to see it's curling. I can let this one fall right off the edge of the page. That's one way to end one of your branches, let one fall off the page. Another way is if you bump into another branch. So let's keep going with this one and see if that happens. So I'm gonna make 2 lines here. So I open on the outside, lines on the inside. This one's starting to curve. So cool, it's like it's curling around. Open on the outside, 2 lines on the inside. I'm gonna do it again. Open on the outside, 2 lines on the inside. Now, as you can see, I can change this. I can let this bump into this one and close it off, or I could open it, and this little line, it's helpful to have that eraser, I can keep curling it. And this could get really tiny, so that's when I would be very careful if you plan on coloring it in. You don't want it to get too tiny or it'd feel very hard to color. Nice. So now my tip for you is to really look for open ends. Like right here, this is very open. It's not finished yet. So finish this one off before you move on to the next one. Open on the outside, 2 lines on the inside. So these ones got closed off because they bumped into another branch. So now I'm going to keep coming and looking for ones that are empty. Now the other way to close a line off is to let it grow into each other. This one's the perfect opportunity to just let it fall into another branch. But if I want to have it grow into each other, I would curve it and curve it, and now that one's ended. So I can leave that, and then I can let this one grow. Now this has a lot of empty space, so I might decide to erase something and pull this branch down a little bit more and reopen it so that that empty space gets filled. I can kind of change and curve and angle the directions again. Open. So I didn't finish this one yet, I jumped over here. So my tip for you is finish something before you start jumping around. It'll make it easier to feel like this isn't overwhelming. So I open it on the outside, open it on the inside, open it on the outside, open it on the inside. And as you can see, where I showed you how to curve it, this might be the perfect opportunity to let these two branches grow into each other and to close that branch off. These two bumped in. And now I'm going to open on the outside, put two lines parallel on the inside, and I keep going. Once you get the pattern, it will feel easier. But at the beginning, if it feels hard, that's okay. Keep trying. Open on the outside, open on the inside. Don't leave these hanging. Close them off before you move on. Open on the outside, open on the inside. And now this one is done. And now I'm ready to move up higher. Open on the outside, two parallel lines on the inside. Look, I could grow this one into each other very easily, but then this would all be empty. That's up to me, I can decide that. Or I could erase a little spot and have it come back out again. Open on the outside, two parallel lines on the inside. And I can keep going. Now, once you start making these Y trees, they get a little addictive. So they're really fun to make once you get the hang of it. And you can go really fast or really slow. And you can kind of turn your branches into hearts or letters. So if I wanted to turn this into a heart, you can see the beginning of a curve. And I could come on this side and kind of make this end and open on the outside and open on the outside. So I can kind of decide what I want it to do and where I want it to go. That's up to me. This could grow into here and I could open it. That gets a little trickier to do. This is why I teach this to 5th grade, because it could feel very hard, and that's okay when art feels hard. A lot of artists try new things. They like the challenge. I want you to like the challenge too, because there's lots of things that are hard to do. But things that are really worthwhile are always hard. If it was easy, it probably doesn't feel as worthy of doing it all the time. Those hard things come out to have really awesome results. So I want you to challenge yourself sometimes. And I can keep filling this in. So I can grow my branches into each other. I can fall off the edge of the page, or I can bump into another branch. So you're going to keep going. Now if I keep drawing this, every branch I make is a new opportunity, a new decision to decide what I'm going to make it do. All right, now I have all these open branches here and all this empty space. So this would be a good opportunity to pull one of these branches down so I could fill this space in. I'm going to do the rest of this in fast motion so you can see. So here is my final drawn out Y tree. And as you can see, I let the branches fall off, bump into another branch, or curl into each other. So this is the drawing part of it. Now I can decide if I want to color my branches in or if I want to color my background in. So you get to decide that, and we'll do that our next video. The drawing part takes a while all by itself. So next time we'll talk about what it looks like to color it in. I hope you enjoyed drawing a Y tree, and if you get to be with me in 5th grade, we're gonna do this project again. So you can get really good at it in a sneak peek. I have students get so excited over this project once they figure out how to do it that they don't stop making Y trees. And I have to have them promise me not to make Y trees while their teachers are teaching math or other things, because once you know how to do it, you don't wanna stop. So I hope this time at home, you're gonna make tons and tons of Y trees too. I've had students draw them on white canvas shoes, on backpacks, on clothing. One student even drew it on her leg. Make sure you ask your family before you start drawing it all over your house. I do not want any phone calls about how you drew Y trees on your walls and your art teacher inspired you to graffiti your walls and your parents are mad. So please make sure once you figure out how to draw a Y tree, you get permission before you do it on any surface that your parents would be upset about. I can't wait to see your Y trees. I'm sure you're going to love them as much as I do. Bye.